I was rotting in a dive bar on Christmas Eve when the goddess of death found me. Facing away from the door, I felt a wave of winter chill flush against the back of my neck when she came into the dimly lit tavern. The bartender blanched when he saw her, then wordlessly pointed a finger to himself to ask if she had come for him. "No, Gary," she said, her voice low and husky. "Not today." I did not look to see who had just entered the Rusty Pearl. She placed a hand on my shoulder and her skin was like ice. The cold soaked through my cardigan all the way down to my bones. "Finish your drink, Sarah," she said, sliding onto the cracked leather stool beside me and folding her hands on the sticky bar top. I choked as I recognized her. She was exactly as described, a grim reaper disguised as a beautiful woman with pale skin and long dark hair. She wore a cloak of gold-tipped raven feathers and looked as though she'd stepped out of a storybook. But in a world where gods walk among mortals, everyone in the bar knew who she was. And though her appearance was unmistakable, her signature scent, that which most comforts the one she seeks, left no doubt that she was there for me. So my time had finally come. I stared down into my half-finished drink, swallowing hard against the fear in my throat. Not everyone received a personal visit from the goddess of death when it was their time to go, and I wondered what made me so special. "I've been watching you for a while," she said, leaning in towards me. "Well, the cancer's back for a third time," I said with a bitter laugh. "I imagine you've been frustrated by Dr. Peterson's excellent work in keeping me alive." "On the contrary," she said, cocking an eyebrow, "I've been impressed by your commitment to thwart me." I scowled and took a sip of my drink. But only a small sip. She'd grant me time until my drink was gone, so I decided to drag it out. I glanced over at her and saw her running a finger through a ring of condensation left from the previous patron's glass. I wondered what she thought of the dingy hovel where I chose to spend my holidays. It certainly wasn't a glamorous end to my pitiful life. "I have a proposition for you," she said, folding her hands again. "An alternative to the inevitable, if you will." "All right," I said, swirling the ice and lime wedge in the bottom of my glass with the dregs of Gary's heavy pour. The goddess of death didn't strike me as someone who cut deals with mortals, but what did I know? I am in need of an assistant, someone to help me manage things. She took a deep breath and sighed. There's just so much going on in the world these days. War, violence, disease. With the human population at an all-time high, I'm a little busier than I'd like. Are you offering me a job? I asked, staring into the voids of her eyes. The notion sounded ridiculous. In a way, she said. Consider it a promotion from being a cancer-riddled, college dropout with no family. I suggested.